Systems Engineering of Civilization Brief Explanation. Applying systems engineering to civilization. Human societies are not random collections of people and institutions. They are system of systems architectures, just like aerospace networks, global supply chains, or planetary scale cyber-physical systems. Civilizations contain interacting social subsystems, culture, psychology, ideology, markets, politics, and physical economic subsystems, energy flows, infrastructure, logistics, capital, labor, technology. Systems engineering provides a structured way to analyze, design, predict, and test these interconnected structures. Civilizations exhibit all the properties of engineered systems. 1. Multi-scale system layers. Individuals, households, organizations, industries, nation-states, civilizational metasystems. 2. Hierarchical and functional decomposition. Just like a rocket or software system, societies have functions: govern, allocate resources, produce energy, interfaces, laws, prices, narratives, incentives, flows, capital, information, goods, beliefs. 3. Feedback loops and control architectures. Civilizations rely on incentive loops, economic regulation, narrative loops, culture, propaganda, identity, legitimacy loops, political stability, capital, technology loops, innovation cycles, supply chain logistics loops. These are classical cybernetic control systems. 4. System behaviors emergent from simple rules. Like any complex adaptive system, civilizations demonstrate straight oscillations, phase transitions, long-wave cycles, collapse modes, self-organization. Core models used in the Talk My Talk unifies social, psychological, and physical economic models under one engineering lens. Social and psychological models, Maslow's hierarchy requirement and motivation modeling, Jungian psyche, structure, internal subsystem of agents, Hegelian arcthesis, antithesis. Synthesis, phase transitions, organic theory of society, civilization as organism model, economic and physical models, circular flow of the economy, material capital, logistics, business cycle, short-term oscillations, Kardashev waves, long-term innovation cycles, supply chains and logistics networks, civilization metabolism, engineering models, systems engineering, block diagrams, system decomposition, control, cybernetic diagrams, feedback loop loops, incentive field architecture, narrative control architecture, capital and power flow engineering. All of these become part of a unified civilizational architecture. Metasystem civilization as a multi-layered, multi-domain system of systems. Integrates economics, psychology, technology, power, culture, and institutions. Goal: model society as a dynamic, feedback-regulated metasystem. Civilization as a system of systems using systems engineering. A civilization is modeled as a hierarchical architecture, organism layer, macro, governance, markets, culture, technology, finance, tissue layer, meso, firms, institutions, cities, political structures, cell layer, micro, individuals, households, small groups, cognitive drives, pleasure, power, meaning each layer has interfaces, functions, and feedback loops. Circular flow of the economy, systems interpretation, economic actors, equal system components exchanging resources and signals. Flows was feedback loops of capital, labor, consumption, taxation. Government plus finance act as regulatory control subsystems. GDP equals emergent output behavior at the macro system level. Global supply chain logistics control tower provides end-to-end visibility of shipments, inventory, and orders across all regions and transport modes. Monitors real-time logistics events such as pickups, departures, customs clearance, and deliveries. Detects disruptions, delays, port congestion, missed pickups, carrier failures, and triggers alerts. Manages exception handling, including rebooking freight, expediting shipments, and rerouting deliveries. Coordinates with carriers, freight forwarders, warehouse, and suppliers on daily logistics execution. Tracks key PIs such as OTD, OTIF, transit time reliability, carrier performance, and freight cost. Uses TMS, WMS, OMS data, IoT tracking, and carrier APIs to maintain accurate status updates. Supports demand and inventory planning by providing accurate in-transit and available to promise data. Oversees documentation accuracy for international logistics. Improves service reliability and reduces costs through optimized routing, consolidation, and faster issue resolution. Human drives as system inputs, human needs equals base level input but constraints shaping system behavior. Civilization stabilizes by satisfying needs for safety, belonging, meaning. Higher level institutions evolve to meet ego plus self-actualization needs. Unmet needs, disturbances, instability, rebellion, redesign. Individual psyche equals subsystem with conscious plus unconscious loops. Archetypes behave like deep attractors shaping mass cultural behavior. Shadow and persona map to cultural compliance versus suppressed drives. Collective unconscious cultural institutions, societal norms. System state transitions, dynamic and long-term thesis antithesis synthesis equals dynamic phase transition model. Civilizations oscillate between stability, disruption, and integration. Maps to economic cycles, political revolutions, cultural paradigm shifts. Control systems analogy, perturbation, oscillation, new equilibrium. Expansion, peak, contraction, recovery equals periodic macro oscillation, driven by credit flows, innovation, sentiment, and policy response. Pro-cyclical and counter-cyclical forces function as regulators. Business cycles equals natural resonant modes of the economic system. 50-60-year technological supercycles drive civilizational redesign. Each wave, new energy sources, infrastructures, institutions, values. Innovation diffusion equals system reconfiguration plus phase shift. We are entering the sixth wave, AI plus biotech plus green energy. Organic theory of society, civilization as a superorganism, individuals equals cells, institutions equals organs, culture equals nervous system. Society maintains homeostasis via law, norms, and incentives. Civilizational health tied to coordination plus redundancy plus resilience. Failure of one organ, politics, economy stresses entire system. Microscale, individuals, psychology, preferences. Mesoscale, firms, families, tribes, organizations. Macroscale, states, markets, technologies, infrastructures. Metascale, narratives, ideologies, incentive fields, global order. Inputs, human drives, resources, technology, geography. Controllers, government, markets, religion, culture, algorithms. Outputs, stability, productivity, legitimacy, innovation. Feedback loops, law, prices, propaganda, policing, education. Grand integration. Systems engineering of civilization. Civilization behaves as a hierarchical adaptive control system. Emergent meta-behaviors, cycles, phase shifts, collapses, renaissances. Cross-domain interactions amplify system complexity. Goal, model evolution, predict transitions, design interventions. Define requirements, minimization of waste, maximization of utility, freedom, stability, innovation, justice, meaning, identity, sustainability. Architect system, assign functions to governance, markets, culture, tech, finance, logistics. Design, control models, incentive field, narrative field, legitimacy loops, stability regulators, capital flow control. Simulate and stress test ABM, cybernetics, innovation energy, supply chain, mimetic propagation models. Verify and validate test against cohesion, resilience, prosperity, iterate like aerospace megasystems.